just reinforce the pawn with either of these moves. Probably not e6 because I don't want to block in my light square bishop. Considering knight f6 to retake with the knight. You could push this pawn, gaining more space. And then where am I going? Probably just back. You could push again. But then I have this d5 square for my knight. I'll develop the knight. I want a castle too. I'm not going to take with the queen because he could just develop the knight for free. That does not seem like a great move from him. He's not really stopping anything. I wasn't really planning on playing knight b4 anyway. So I'll just keep my knight in the center. Thinking about pinning this knight, but if he plays h3, that kind of forces my light square bishop off, either to take or to retreat somewhere. And there's not really a good retreating square. Do I want my light square bishop on or not? I think I do for now. It's always better to have your bishops than not. This is a possibility. This actually looks decent. But then my c pawn might become weak. Think about going this way. This pawn push could be supported by knight d7. He does have the option to lock down the c5 square with b4. Or maybe not, because my bishop is controlling this entire diagonal. Is it urgent to castle? You could play here. My queen's defending my knight though, so I don't mind that. I'm gonna castle first, just so he doesn't have any checks. And then probably play b6. This doesn't look like a great move. He's not attacking anything. Can't go around this way though. So playing b6 could be a weakness, but I'm not seeing any issue. If he goes like here and here, I play here, he plays here. I mean, I'm just getting this knight defended before he has any opportunity to take my rook. I'm gonna see what happens if I think head of both bishops. It might not be urgent to do it now. This could almost be preferred. I always get confused with moves like this. Does it actually matter what order you play them in? For such team developing moves, I don't think it does matter. I mean, technically, if I play this, he can go here, Then I want to go here, and he might have this knight move if it wasn't for taking and I'm attacking his queen. So he doesn't have the opportunity to take my bishop. I do want to play this knight move as soon as I can though, so I could maybe go for c5 if that's even the right option. I'm gonna fianchetto the bishop first. I definitely want to play e6 just to support the knight and open my queen if this knight ever moves. Okay, he doesn't go to c3 with his knight. He goes to d2. Is this a pawn push I even want to make? I think it probably is. So my bishop gets open. So I think I will play d7 or knight d7 to support it, and I'll recapture with the knight. I don't want to open up my bishop if this pawn ever gets removed. You always want to have a pawn covering your fianchetto bishop so it's not open to attacks. Okay, he's lining this up, but he's just looking at my pawn, so I'm wondering if he's thinking about playing h4 and weakening my king side, but that also just weakens his king side as well. Plus, if he ever got to h5, I would never take. I would just let him capture here and recapture, probably with the h pawn, maybe the f pawn. I can still play this. Then he has to move the bishop. I think him giving up his light square bishop is a drawback for him. Could think about going here with the rook, lining the rook up. I could line the rook up first. I think I'll line the rook up first actually. Just so when I play c5, it's more dangerous because I could take with a discovered attack. My opponents are always playing pretty quick on this time format. I don't really understand that. Just go to 10-minute rapid if you're gonna play so quick. Even though I do play quite slow. Okay, interesting. It's a decent move. Or a decent idea, but it definitely traps his pieces in further. I could pre-move this knight capture. I don't think taking with the rook is necessarily good. It just gives him free tempos. Plus I'm attacking this bishop, which he can slide back to c2 now that his queen has moved. That's just trapping in his pieces further. Okay. Take. Recapture. I think he wants to recapture with the pawn so the e file is open, but I think that gives me the opportunity to play e6. Just for the sake of keeping my time up. This pawn is weak. He probably wants to play knight b3 just so he can get this bishop out somewhere. just so this rook attack becomes neutralized. I'm not really seeing the idea. He has this. Maybe I just want to open up my queen to this square so it's defended by playing knight f6, proposing a trade. And I'd like this bishop to get open, so maybe I could recapture with the knight and then start thinking about potentially taking this knight, ruining his pawn structure in front of his king. And also attacking this pawn twice. Or actually this knight is blocking in this bishop now, but I don't always love giving up a Fianchettoed bishop, but if it's for decent compensation, it's probably worth it. Now I don't want to take because he just recaptures with the bishop. It does give up this pawn though, but I'm not sure if that's worth it. I don't think it is. And you start thinking about attacking. He's playing pretty defensively. Not sure if I want to double up the rooks because he could just come out with the bishop, and then what am I doing with this rook? Am I just going back? Could jump somewhere with my knight, opening up an attack on this pawn with my dark square bishop. Even though, like I said, I don't necessarily want to give up my Fianchettoed bishops. Think about going here for this, get a queen trade off. Not really seeing how that would benefit me too much. Just put pressure on this pawn. I think I might just take this knight. Take the pawn. There's usually not much wrong with material. You can maybe Fianchetto his bishop. Not a bad idea. I'm not a huge fan of this opening. Definitely won't be rushing to play it again. Or we can see what I did wrong, at least. Don't want to go here because then he has this rook move. I'm gonna play here and try getting this knight active. Maybe here, maybe here. Getting back one of his bishops. Alright, that's fine. I don't have a lot of squares for my queen at the moment. Could play here, he just goes back. Maybe I just play g4. Seems decent. If he isn't, okay, yeah. Thinking about playing h5 just to go here with the knight. I think I might actually play that. This threat seems valuable. Plus the queen has access to the 5th rank, the entire 5th rank. Doesn't put me in a bad spot. And he can't go back and re-attack my queen, because this pawn isn't on g2 anymore. I don't really see what that does. I think I could just get this knight moving, and worst comes to worst, I think he wanted to keep his rook there just to recapture this bishop. Worst comes to worst, I take this, and his pawns become weak. That definitely seems like an awkward move. I think I'm going to recapture this bishop here. I'm looking at this. Thinking about this, just going for this pawn. He could push this though. Then my queen's in an awkward spot. I could get around here and go for this. I think now might be a decent time to try to get the rooks on the 2nd rank here. Or this is a double attack on each of these pawns. Does he have a move to stop that? Moving up with the king does not seem correct. Okay. I'm not going to use all my time here, but this seems like a crucial point in the game. I don't want to mess up. I think doubling the rooks is definitely something I want to do very shortly. Now he has access to this square with his rook, actually. But I don't think he can do that yet. If I play queen here, I think he needs to address these threats. And this threat more specifically. Just winning another pawn. Yeah. If I get this pawn, it doesn't look great for him. That's what I like about 15-minute, 10-second interval. If you get the advantage in the endgame, it's relatively easy to convert. You have all the time in the world to do so. Just get 10 seconds back every move. Worst comes to worst, you just make like a king move, just to gain time. If you're winning, obviously. Which I definitely have an advantage here, but it's not clear cut enough to call it. I'm trying to think. My instinct tells me this is bad. If he defends with his king, I mean, he could defend with his rook, but I'm probably just taking this pawn then. And this rook is not active anymore. Take with this pawn. Yeah. This dark squared bishop never got any activity, but I think it served its purpose. It's becoming active with this diagonal becoming more and more open. His rook is stuck in the corner because he had to back his queen up. I mean, he has 15 minutes to think about this. You can consider this. I mean, if that happens, which honestly, this might be the queen move might be one of his better moves here, just so he can get this rook out. Giving up one of these pawns, probably this G pawn. I'm not 100% sure though. I mean, yeah, if I ever double these rooks, if I get this G pawn, double the rooks, and put one rook on the second rank, it's definitely looking sketchy for him. Because how does he defend that? He's doing a lot of thinking. It's just too late. Should have been doing this the first 20 moves of the game. Now he just got himself into a bad position, and he's going for the counterplay, which I think is extremely bold. I'm just going to snap off this pawn. If he goes here, I think this looks automatic. I don't know what he does then. Plays here. I definitely want to prevent that because that looks like a decent defensive idea. I kind of missed that earlier. But I mean, then I'm winning this pawn. I'm just going to play that. I think he has to play this or something along those lines. I think it just is this. I think that might have been a mouselet. Not sure what that's doing. He's looking at this obviously, but I'm defending that with my rook. Could even consider going here now. Could obviously just play this first. Maybe with the bishop actually. Wait, no, this is just go here. I have this. He needs to go here. Okay, he didn't. Unfortunate. I think last game was closer. He didn't really put up too much of a fight. Honestly, all of his defensive moves were not great. I did not love this rook move. Nor did I like this rook move. I mean, at best he wins a couple pawns, but I'm having this huge attack with my queen on his king side, and he's worried about this irrelevant half of the board. It's priorities. Could we see an accuracy? 90.5. Definitely decent. Definitely decent. Said I played like a 1750. It's the highest they've said I've played like so far. Alright, we're in the 1100s. We are in the 1100s. So, yeah, he was never really winning in this game. It was relatively close for most of the game, but I had the advantage for the most part. Except for maybe in the beginning where I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, I am playing reasonable moves here. This A3 move just seems so pointless. I don't know, it says he has an advantage here, but I think that's exaggerated. Alright, the eval bar actually does not like this rook move. Do they just prefer c5 immediately? I thought about this taking and then playing with the rook. I kind of assumed putting the rook on c8 first was better though. He takes an act right here with the rook. Still doesn't love that. It's definitely a decent move, in my opinion. I think they like just going after this bishop immediately though. And then maybe putting the rook on c8 at some point if the queen stays on this file. These discovery attacks are always super dangerous. Yeah, taking the knight with the bishop is not bad in this position. They just like taking the material, which obviously if it had traded down to an endgame, I would have had the advantage here. He gives me another pawn at some point. Yeah, I mean this rook move here. This queen move's decent. Yeah, I'm just keeping the queen on the king side, which is usually not a bad idea as long as you're not getting trapped, and my queen has a lot of squares here, so. This rook move seemed weird, it just undefends this bishop. Letting me get knight g4 for free. Threatening this, he can't defend both. So obviously he defends h2, but I just get the bishop. I don't even think this was the right way to defend h2. I mean, what does he have? Maybe h4 is better? I'm not sure. Engine says that they're both pretty bad. This was a good move. Double attacks are always important. He has one way to defend it, but that just seems sketchy. Because I think I could just go here and then double up. And then I'm getting in here, and unless he plays this first, I'm just coming into this c2 square. But I mean, realistically, in this position, if he actually did play king here, I'm probably going here with the bishop. Just to put another attacker on the square. I don't know. It's tricky. Because then he finally gets to come out with this queen to defend. And his rooks are finally connected after 20 moves. But yeah, this move didn't seem fantastic by him. He gave me this. Yeah, and I don't have a huge advantage, definitely significant, but I thought this was good for him. Definitely seems like the best move. But instead he played here. Just letting me take with the queen. He has to go here not to get checkmated immediately, because he has this escape square. and then I'm just chasing him down. I'm probably playing rook up. If he goes here, that's just, I don't even know what the move is. Could double, could check. There's just too many options for me. But instead he just decided to give me the checkmate. So we'll take it. 11-21. Got almost 50 points for that game. Hopefully we can continue climbing the rating ladder as quick as we have been until we plateau at like 1500. I mean, my peak rapid is like 17, but that was a year or so ago when I actually played often, and I don't know. I definitely would like to get this account to 17, a steady 1700 at some point, though. But yeah, GG. Peace.